Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today with my dad John Rush behind the camera, and we are going to take a long look at the 2015 Subaru XV Crosstrek. There's not a whole lot of changes on the 2015 model for this car. They added a new base trim level, made a few features standard, but overall same platform and same reliable platform. So let's take a quick walk around and then we'll take a drive and kind of show you some of the features of this car. But again, as we walk around to the front, and we apologize for the bugs and things, you will notice the one thing on this car right here you'll notice is the color. It's a very bright yellow, and this is actually an additional package for this car, and they call it a special edition yellow package. Not too creative there, and I'll go over some of those features here in a second. What's different here is they've added a new base trim, they've provided a standard rear view camera and the standard 6.2-inch touch display, and the 7 inches available, as well as a safety package which includes adaptive cruise, lane departure warning. A lot of the other safety features that you're finding standard is now available on this car. There's an available hybrid on this car, and this car really is just a Subaru Impreza wagon with an updated suspension. A lot of people are going to say, wow, this car drives really like a car. This wagon or this crossover, this compact crossover, drives like a car, and the reason is because it's built on that same Subaru Impreza platform. A few other features of this car. There's 5 trim levels: 2.0i, 2.0i Premium, 2.0i Limited, and a hybrid touring. This is the premium model, which adds a lot of the standard features, plus heated mirrors, heated front seats, a center armrest, cargo cover, removable cargo tray, and a 6-speaker audio system. And real quick, I did mention the special edition yellow that is on this car. It's about a $2,000 option, which brings the total price to $26,140. Some things on there. The paint obviously is the big one. Turn signals, leather wrapped steering wheel and shifter, keyless entry and ignition, the sunroof, and the 7-inch display that we mentioned in the opening or in the intro part of this. But overall, really did enjoy this car, and with that, let's take a quick drive, show you how this car operates. We'll come back and we'll do an interior review, and then I'll give you my opinion of the 2015 Subaru XV Crosstrek. Alright fans, we're here on the driving portion of the 2015 Subaru Crosstrek, or Subaru XV Crosstrek I should say. I'm going to go over some of the interior features real quick. Again, the 7-inch system that is an available option on this car. You go to the home screen, it provides you with a lot of different options. I will say this, the apps that are available, which is actually Starlink, MirrorLink, Aha, and Pandora, and for those of you who are familiar with those, you'll know what I'm talking about. I want to point out one thing, which Starlink, and I'm not sure if you can see it, Dad, it's kind of hard to see with everything right now. The Starlink is actually an available app that you can get with your smartphone that will sync everything in terms of news, weather, music. Everything can actually be pulled from your smartphone using your smartphone's data plan to actually sync to the system. So great system that they use. Very easy to set up phone system. Definitely a fan of that, and overall in terms of this system, very impressed with it. And it's hard to see, so I won't bother showing you, but again, here's your information display right there. But as we put this car into reverse, you can see you do have the backup camera, which is standard. It does not turn with the wheel. Something to consider. Not a knock, but we like to show you on all these and which cars have it turning with the wheel, which ones do not. So something to consider, but overall very effective, very efficient. Let's take a quick drive. This car does have the CVT transmission in it. We have been able to average about 30 miles per gallon and some change, depending on if we're driving highway or city. That's with a lot of combined both, and actually mainly city driving. This does have Subaru's well-known, famous, symmetrical all-wheel drive. Works very well, and for whatever reason, just the Subarus just work very well at our elevation, especially the all-wheel drive model. And well, it's standard, but the all-wheel drive works tremendously well on this car as well. Not the quietest car that you're going to find out there, but it's not meant to be. It's also not overly noisy. I can carry a normal conversation with anyone. I actually just drove back on E470 here, for those of you who are familiar with it, and was able to carry on a conversation without having to get too loud in order to do so. In terms of overall room, very roomy. Controls are easy. One thing I will point out about this cockpit before we do kind of head back and go through the interior, very simple yet elegant and functional cockpit. in terms of all of the controls here, the air conditioning. I didn't have a hard time setting anything up in this car. So something to consider. It's very user-friendly and very simple and very get in, plug in, and go. So overall, really did enjoy this car. Subaru, you did a great job. With that being said, let's head back and let's do a walk through the interior of the 2015 Subaru XV Crosstrek. All right, fans, we're back from our driving portion, and I mentioned in the intro, and I didn't really cover it too well in the driving portion. I mentioned the standard turn signals. Some of you are going to say, well, every car has turn signals. It does. The option package on it actually gives you the turn signals on the mirror, so which is right here. That's all it does. I apologize for not clarifying that, but again, it's something that the special edition yellow package offers. But here on the trunk, it doesn't have an automatic trunk, but it does have it. You just push it, give it a slight little lift up. You don't have to do a whole lot, and it will pull all the way open. So some things to notice on here. This is actually a cargo mat. I can pull this out right here, and you have the, and there's actually, yes, right here, there's your storage a little bit underneath, and I know people are going to say, well, that's just a spare tire. It is, but it's the ability into where you don't have to put your dirty, muddy things that you're going to use your Subaru for on the carpet. You can actually put it on this nice mat. You do have the privacy protector right here, and we actually took a trip back from the airport. You can notice that the seat is down in there. I'm not sure if you can get that, but when you do have that seat, and actually without the seats down, you have 22.3 cubic feet of storage, which is right around average, just slightly below. But when you drop those middle seats, or sorry, I should say the second row seats, it gives you nearly 50 cubic feet of cargo space. So really great room back here, very roomy, very easy to get equipment back in and out, especially the height of it is. You're not having to lift things up into it. In terms of pulling it down, shutting it, there's a nice little pull, and it's going to be shut there. Let's actually take a walk around here to the second row. All right, we're here on the, I guess the second row, the back row seating here. Going to move our snow scraper, because we still do have that. Gonna slide in here, and as you can see, the seat is almost all the way back, and I do have again not a ton more leg room, but again that seat can actually move up quite a bit in the front row, and I still have probably an inch or two of leg room right here. You do have the center stack right here, the center hump, that makes it a little bit difficult for someone sitting in the middle. Not a huge thing, but something to consider. Headroom wise, I actually have a pretty good amount of headroom right here. I'm about, again, 5'9", 5'10", and I still have a good enough room, probably two inches or so, to again raise up if that were the case, if I needed to. You'll notice on the door paneling, again, you have some soft touch right here, some fabric. This is again a plastic feel right here. This car, as it sits, again, it's $26,000. You're not expecting leather or soft touch throughout, and actually for a Subaru in which they pride themselves on being able to go off-road, nice feature to have. We slide out right here. We're trying to do this more often. The door is all the way, actually it's open right there, so you have a nice area there. You do have this slant here, which might make it difficult for some people, ladies specifically, to get out. So something definitely to keep in mind. And with that, I'll actually open the front door and I'll meet you on the other side. All right, fans, we're here on the front seat portion of the 2015 Subaru XV Crosstrek. And in terms of the front seat, some different things they've added is some seat heaters for this, the adjustable armrest you can pull forward or move back. You will notice no leather here, some nice soft touch material. Not a deal breaker by any means. I mean, for what this car is, it's supposed to be a versatile, affordable car, and in my opinion, Subaru has done that. I love the system here. I love the Subaru's audio system, especially with the 7-inch display that is part of the special edition yellow package. You don't have dual climate, you just have single. It works well. You do have, I guess right here is kind of your information hub, and we showed you a little bit of that in the driving portion. Gives you miles per gallon, fuel economy, different your trip, what that is. In terms of the steering wheel, some very basic controls on here. Your volume, we did mention this in the past, that if you hit this at kind of the wrong angle, with the way the button's shaped, it'll actually change your channel versus going volume up and down. So again, not a huge thing, but something to keep in mind. Overall, really did enjoy this car. I mean, it's very nice, very compact. I don't know how else to say it. Very roomy on the interior, especially for the front seat passengers. No complaints there. And even with the sunroof, Dad, I'm not sure if you can get that real quick, have plenty of room being in the front seat. So something definitely consider. But with that, actually, let's take a break real quick, and I'll come back and tell you what my opinion is of the 2015 Subaru XV Crosstrek. All right, fans, here's my opinion of the 2015 Subaru Crosstrek, or XV Crosstrek, I should say. Pros: great price, starting at $22,995 or $995, right in that area. You're going to be hard pressed to find a car to beat that price as equipped right now. $26,000 and some change. Fuel economy: we were able to average 30 miles per gallon, and that's with my lead foot. I guarantee you'd be able to average probably 32, 33 if you drove it carefully. And also versatility. We were actually talking about no car in this class is going to be able to handle the off-road capabilities that this car will, especially with the extra height and clearance that you're able to do. So definitely something to consider. And in terms of cons, some people aren't a huge fan of the CVT transmission, which impacts the acceleration and the little bit of oomph that you get. However, it gives you that great fuel economy, so it's a nice trade-off. Some people also aren't going to like the lack of cargo room in the back, but to me, that's kind of a negligible aspect of this car. Overall, really impressed with this car. Subaru, you've done a great job. If you're looking for a compact crossover that's extremely versatile, especially here in the Colorado area, you want to take it off-roading with your family on the weekends, this might be the car for you. And head to your local Subaru dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to our latest video. We really appreciate you listening and watching, and we really do appreciate all the comments that you do have. If you'd like to learn more information not only about this review but our other car reviews that we've done, head to our website, www.drive-radio.com. Also head to our Facebook page, facebook.com/driveradio. And last but not least, where you can watch all of these other reviews, head to youtube.com/driveradio, all one word, or in the YouTube search bar, Drive Radio. We have a lot of other content on there, and we look forward to you heading there. Again, checking us out, leaving your comments, and if you're interested in any of these cars, head to your local dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Thanks, and have a great day, night, and just enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much.